Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tactical Pineapple Live. We're doing this one more week. Probably going to keep doing it, whether you like it or not. So I would just like to say thank you to everybody who's hanging out with us already. And hopefully we get a few more people in here. We're going to have some fun tonight, guys. I do not have a guest lined up again. That's completely on me. I will do a rundown in the chat real quick just to see who's here. Operator Tony did get first. He's very happy and proud about that. He did cheat though. He asked me for the link to the video, so he knew when I was posting it up. Anyways, drop it like it's Scott. Come in here. I did say thanks for stopping in. Glad you could chisel out a little bit of time to say what's up to us. Sorry if it was a little bit too early for that. Still funny in my view. So. Looks like my audio was a little hot there. Sorry, guys. If anybody's wearing headphones, you got a little bit of a wake-up call for 8:30 p.m. tonight. Works for me. Works for some of you. Chamber Defense in the chat as well. Been busy from the looks of it. He's had 10 private lessons in the last 3 days. Crazy. Headed to the hospital for more fun tonight. So glad you could stop in before you get over there. Glad you're going to hang out with us for a couple minutes. Dr. Cat Milk's also in here saying doing good, doing well, not good. Why not? Why not good, Cat Milk? Why not good? How much milk could a cat milk if a cat milk could milk? Milk cats? How's that go? Whatever. Anyways, I'd like to say thanks again, like I said, for everybody stopping by, hanging out with us. We're going to have a little bit of fun, talk about what we're all living in right now. If you'd have asked me 5 years ago, if we were living in Clown World, I'd have told you, yeah, we're probably at the height of Clown World. Even as late as 2017. But over the last couple of days, I can honestly say we are now living in the height of Clown World. I'm pretty sure pretty much everybody here knows what I'm talking about. Cancel culture is in full fucking swing, guys. We've got Gina Carano. Everybody knows about her getting canceled. Obviously, bullshit. Waiting for Bill Burr to get the axe on that one as well, seeing as though he came out in support of what she posted. It really was nothing. But I don't really have to cover all of that. Bill Burr is almost cancel-proof, I would say. He's big enough, got a pretty big platform, seems to get himself into a lot of things. Been very controversial his entire career. Nobody's really looking at him as a cancel. But I said that when he came out, and yeah, he's big enough. He's not going to get canceled. He's always been controversial. But then, I'm going through news earlier, and apparently Eminem is being canceled now. So if Bill Burr had any chance of survival, I believe that is gone, seeing as though they are attempting to cancel Eminem. Now, do I believe they're going to succeed in canceling one of the biggest, if not the biggest, musician, rap artist in probably the last 15 years? Absolutely fucking not. I don't necessarily agree with his political views, but that doesn't mean he should be canceled either. He does do some entertaining music, is definitely worth it. Yeah, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss, this isn't even his first time accused of being a communist because of his anti-World War II German cartoons. Yeah, I mean, look at Disney themselves. Steamboat Willie wasn't exactly racist or anything like that. It kind of started the whole shit. But then you've got literally goose-stepping Donald Duck. Like, come on. There's a time in Disney's past that they should cancel them fucking selves. All right? So they can get on their fucking high horse all they want. But at the end of the day, the shit that is put out that they're canceling people for, they've done worse. They've done worse, and they will probably do worse in the future. On top of that, the Dr. Seuss, obviously, as Dr. Catmilk pointed out, is another one of those that's being canceled right now. Interestingly enough, we will talk about some of the repercussions of them canceling it and who's getting on board with that. Absolutely ridiculous what's happening in certain realms. I will pull some of that stuff up. And then obviously, the other one that's now a non-issue, not happening, but still did happen, but is not happening anymore, is the Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head taking away the genders, trying to eliminate the tater tots by taking away the genders. But that apparently has been retracted. They found out maybe it wasn't the best of ideas for Hasbro to take that stance. But at the same time, they did take the stance, which means they're not far off from doing it and maybe just doing it a little bit under the table. What's next? Are we going to take the tits off Barbie, guys? I believe there is one that is a breast cancer Barbie that does not have breasts. But let's face it, Barbie isn't Barbie without Barbie, right? So, they've gone more inclusive. They've done this. They've done that. I will say, I have a 3-year-old daughter. The ridiculousness of the things that they're putting out as far as toys, even the close to cross-gendering of the Barbie children series. I don't remember what it's called, but the girls look very boyish. The boys also look very girlish. Whether that's purposeful or not, which most likely it is, because let's face it, it's 2021. The fact of the matter is that I can accept that over some of the other shit that they push to these kids. If you've got little ones, you understand what I'm talking about. You've seen it. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous what they're pushing on our kids, and they're trying to do it to subjugate them. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. They want to subjugate our youth against us as conservatives. But another thing that I'll also talk about a little bit tonight is some of the bills in the House, some of the less discussed ones. I could talk about the gun ones. Everybody should know about those already. Bring back the fat Barbie, says Operator Tony. There's Barbies all over. I will say this. Inclusion isn't always bad. So Barbie did expand some things, and they've got disabled Barbie, or Barbie in a wheelchair, which to me, my family and people who know me know this, but my family, I have an aunt and uncle who are disabled, and my wife and her family have always taken care of people with disabilities. So it's been an interesting thing to see the inclusion of disabilities to make that more normalized. That is something that I think absolutely has to happen. I think that needs to be normalized way more than 37 genders of gray or whatever the fuck they're going to push tomorrow. So I can be canceled at any time. I don't care. I am of the binary gender camp, and you can't change my mind because I follow the science. So fuck y'all on that one. Anyways, I do have a couple things that I will pull up, and we'll get into some of those. Jerry Parker coming in. Thanks. Do what he says, everybody. Smash that like button. Share the video. Get it around there. It doesn't really matter to me how big this gets, but the bigger it gets, the more fun we can have. The bigger the guests we can have. You can only go so far and get so many guests when you say, "Hey, I offer you nothing. I don't have many people watching, but the people who watch, they're great. They're going to have fun, and we're going to do this." We've succeeded. We've done pretty well already. I've got some people that I'm trying to hook in and pull in down this rabbit hole a little bit, get them with us. So hopefully I'll have some news on that pretty soon. That news will always be over at tacticalpineapple.com under the news tab. It hasn't been an update over there for like a week and a half because I haven't really done anything on the site. I haven't really done anything with it. I am going to be doing some updates to that coming up as well. I am putting together a streaming page, so if this does go down, I will have a place to go, folks. So for the 7 of you that are currently watching, the 7 of you that consistently watch, we will always have a place to do this, whether or not there's a fucking little red play button up in the upper left-hand corner or not. So we will continue to stay cancel-proof just because of the fact that I'm sick and tired of being fucking canceled. And, at this point, I'll just jump everywhere. We'll go BitChute, we'll go Rumble, we'll do this, we'll do that. Any place that'll let us live stream, we'll do it. If it comes down to literally just live streaming in a Discord to people, that's what we'll do. So, or even another platform, there's plenty of other things out there for us. I do this also audio podcast. I take this and put this out there as well, in audio format. We can always go and move this over to stereo and, the redundant department of redundancy. Unfortunately, if you are a conservative and you don't understand 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is 2, then you're severely behind the curve and need to get your shit in order because you need a lot of things. That being said, stop buying fucking ammo if you already have a bunch of it because I need some more. All right, guys? I'm just saying. Anyways, I will jump here quick to the other scene here. Jump over here. You get to see a little bit of Inception. So this is obviously the Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head that everybody threw a shit fit about. And I would also throw a shit fit about this. Now, number one, this was an advertisement that they were pushing out that they were going to degender and stop selling specifically gendered kits, essentially, of the potato heads. Now, obviously, you have the potato head over here, and then the potato head over here, and then the tater tot, of course. But what is the point of this? Like, I don't fully understand why we need to take away the genders of this. If the kids want to take away the genders, let them take away the genders. Let them do whatever. I'm going to tell you honestly, my kids don't fucking keep the sets together. I'm lucky if my kids build a Mr. Potato Head or a potato head that doesn't have 6 fucking ears. All right? So the fact of the matter is they don't need to change the genders. They don't need to take them away. And Hasbro at least understood that and stopped, the bullshit and said, no, we're not going to do that. That's not the way it's going to be. We're just whatever. They're going to update some of the components and some of the parts because they haven't changed since like 1979. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, guys. Just leave it alone. Just leave it the fuck alone. The potato head doesn't need to change. I'm not a toy designer, but let's face it, it's the fucking potato head. So let's get over here to the Eminem being canceled. So TikTok and fans want to know why he's being canceled. Well, I did some digging, and it turns out of all the racy things that he's done, whether it's, murdering his mom, killing his girlfriend, his fiance, whatever, putting her in the back of his trunk. Now, obviously, all those things were metaphors. They didn't actually happen. He didn't do it. The worst thing this guy's done is carried an unlicensed firearm in a vehicle, and those charges, as far as I know, disappeared anyways. But fact of the matter is they're canceling him for the song "Love the Way You Lie." So I wanted to deep dive a little bit into the lyrics of this and try to figure out if we can figure out why they're canceling Eminem for this song. Now, we're not going to actually play it. I don't want to get in trouble with DMCA copyright takedowns, anything like that, anything stupid. Have this stream ended for me for something simple like that. But this song he's being canceled for his verse, not Rihanna's. So I do want to put that out there. We do know that it does not pertain to her, even though people like Chris Brown didn't get canceled, and that for anybody who knows the backstory on that, I'm not even going to go into it. But there's a whole backstory between Rihanna's history, Chris Brown, what they continue to do, what they did and continued to do. But we'll jump through this a little bit real quick. Literally says, I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now there's a steel knife in my windpipe. Okay, so we did discuss, things that you can and can't say based on inclusive and nonviolent behavior and stuff like that. To me, this seems okay. I can't breathe, but I still fight while I can fight. Seems pretty good. As long as the wrong feels right, it's like I'm in flight, high off her love, drunk from her hate. It's like I'm huffing paint and love her. The more I suffer, I suffocate. So we all know that they're okay with these mumble rappers talking about popping Xanax and Percocets and doing heroin and all this other stupid shit. So pretty sure it's okay to be drunk off hate and huffing paint. But we'll keep going. She hates me. I love it. Wait, where are you going? I'm leaving. No, you ain't. Come back. We're running back. So, okay, so he's preventing somebody from leaving. Okay, that could be part of it. Let's see what else we got here. We've got Yeah, really? I snapped. Who's that dude? I don't even know his name. I laid hands on her. I'll never stoop so low again. I guess I don't know my own strength. Okay, so this right here could potentially be, one of the reasons they're trying to cancel Eminem, right? For, laying his hands on somebody and blah, blah, blah. And I do not condone that. However, this is a fucking song, okay? 90% of the shit in the music that these people sing, they don't actually do. So this also very well could be a reference in and of itself to the whole Chris Brown situation. So, like I said, I'm not going to go into it, but if you want to, you can look it up. It's pretty simple. If you don't already know about it, most of you probably do. But, it keeps going. We go, you ever love somebody so much you can barely breathe when you're with them? Really nothing there. Got the warm and fuzzy feeling, nothing there. Swore you never hit them, never do nothing or hurt them. You're in each other's face, spewing venom in your words when you spit them. You push, pull each other's hair, scratch, claw, bite them, throw them down, pin them. So that sounds like it's a reciprocal thing. Like, they're both doing it. So I don't see anything there that's worth canceling. Like I said, probably isn't really happening. It's all metaphorical. So, yeah, words are violence, don't you know? Yeah, don't you know? Words, they hurt ya. Yeah, you got the sticks and stones. They will break your bones. But the words, they can always hurt ya. Carcane in the chat saying those are both Papas, Mexican potato Papas, yeah, Mexican potato heads. Why are they Mexican? Because they're brown? Come on now. Come on. Carcane also says, put those lyrics over the Cuomo picture of him grabbing that woman's face. All right, so yeah, Cuomo, there's another one. Anti-cancel, give him a Grammy, whatever, an Emmy, whatever the fuck it was. Nominate him for the fucking Nobel Peace Prize for all the shit he does, and then try to cancel him because. And I'm going to be honest, I don't actually believe. I'm not saying I don't believe the women. I'm just saying from the accounts, it doesn't sound like he was much more than just a perverted asshole. Probably didn't do anything so horrible that would be jail worthy. Probably opens himself up for sexual harassment litigation for employees and stuff like that. But not as bad as what some people are probably trying to make it out to be. But at the same time, the dude does have fucking nipple rings up on TV talking like he's fucking on a high horse. So I'm perfectly fine with him being canceled if because he's been a part of it. He's been a part of the cancel culture and trying to push people down. So taste of your own medicine. It's actually fucking hilarious watching all of these fucking idiots out there running around screaming for cancellations, and then when it happens to them that they like run and hide like, no, it's not right. Cancel culture needs to go away. But fuck them. Let's go. More into the lyrics, but you promised her next time you'll show restraint. Mario, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. You don't get another chance. Life is no Nintendo game, but you lied again. Simple stupidity. Like it's just a bunch of garbage. There's nothing here that really is worth cancellation. There never really is. It's just, and they picked this. This is literally his most milquetoast song that he probably has. They could have picked any number of other songs from any number of other albums that would have been cancel worthy. But this, I don't see it. I honestly don't fucking see it. So if you're going to use this to try and cancel Eminem, you're going to have to try harder. Like I said, I don't agree with him politically. I don't really care. I'm not a huge fan of his music anymore. I was younger, when I was younger, listening to some of his other stuff. But I give him a lot of respect because he earns it. It's due in what he does. He's kind of like a really good carpenter. You may not like him. Yeah, exactly. Why not cancel over Monster? They could cancel over just about anything. They'll never cancel over Monster because of Juice WRLD. Because everybody loves Juice WRLD. I'm like, I didn't even fucking know who Juice WRLD was until after he died, and it was some big thing. I knew who Nipsey Hussle was. I knew that, but like, I don't know who some of these newer rappers are. I mean, I guess I liked rap music, and don't get me wrong, I like all music, save a few types of music. But for the most part, I don't really know. I don't really care what they do, like personally, because it's all about their music when I'm listening to it. So I've listened to. I mean, there's an artist who before all the like remixing and stuff like that, and his music wasn't even good. If I go back and listen to it now, I'm like, oh my god, I liked that shit. But it is South Park Mexican. And no, I'm not being racist. That's his fucking name. That's what he went by, his pen name. He legitimately made most of his albums from prison because of the drugs and suspected other things that he did. He was not a good person, but his music I enjoyed. Nowadays, I go back and listen to it, like I said, and I'm like, was an idiot. Oh my god, I listened to that shit. Mario Mechanic Molina says, I'm a metalhead. Yeah, it depends on the metal. I've heard some shit recently that's basically mumble rap with guitars. You can keep that shit. But yeah, I definitely get down with some metal, rock, old school, country rock, country rap, hip hop, rap. I'll listen to just about anything. Hell, I even listen to, like bluegrass and Dixie grass music, stuff like that. I enjoy all music. If it's good music and it gets you moving, it gets your foot stomping, it depends on my mood, but I'll listen to just about anything. So, like I said, I don't get why anybody would want to, Jelly Roll. Yeah, and he doesn't, that's like everybody goes, well, he's country rap. No, he's not. He's not country rap, and if you call him country rap to his face, he'll tell you he's not. Yeah, not a fan of the Scream shit. I used to like some of the Scream stuff, though. Like, I do think there's a place for it. There's a a time and a place for it, an attitude for it, and even the screamo like stuff from back in the day isn't so bad. But there's like a point where it's just garbage. Like if the music, if the singer is screaming, but it makes sense with the music, I'm okay with it. But if all the music just sounds like a bunch of garbage screaming, it's like that's not music. That's a bunch of 3-year-olds fucking grinding on guitars and shit. Like it's not entertaining to me. So there's that. Get back on track just a little bit. Dr. Cat Milk says mandolins have a spot in my heart. I actually have one upstairs. It's in my those things where you put clothes. They're called closets. Wow, that was horrible. I don't know how to play it. I got it from my great grandfather, but yeah, laugh at me all you want. It's fine. I'm okay with it. But yeah, all music is great. So I think there's a time and a place for it. So the other thing that I want to talk about is obviously the Dr. Seuss books. So the Dr. Seuss book thing is, I don't even know how to fathom it too much here. Like the fact that Dr. Seuss is being considered, racist, has racist imagery, is completely garbage. But then you have songs back into the music like Cardi B's WAP. Just for anybody who's not familiar with it, don't Google it at work. So Chamber Defense, do not Google it at work if you're not familiar with it. It is not safe for work. It is NSFW for sure. But I want you guys, if you're not familiar with it, you have to go watch it. Because if you aren't familiar with it and you haven't watched it, the next statement I'm going to make completely doesn't make sense. But go watch it and then think about it for a second and understand that they're touting this as the Song of the Year. It's been given awards for the Song of the Year. Cardi B has been considered the role model that all 12-year-old girls should look up to. And this goes to a whole different section, a whole different thing that's going on in Hollywood and all around the world with these elites that these pedophiles are out there doing it. And I'm not going to go into like some weird completely altruistic or garbage conspiracy theory, but there's people that are out there that are legitimately saying that we need to accept pedophilia and we need to accept pedophiles because it's a mental illness, it's a disorder, and whatever, and blah, blah, blah. But then they put them on the same spectrum as LGBTQ, AAIP, whatever the fuck. But at the same time, those are not mental disorders. Those are just sexual preferences. And for the most part, I'm going to tell you guys, I've said it before, I do not give a shit. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It does not affect me. It does not pertain to me. As long as you aren't trying to stick it in my ass, I don't care. I really don't care. So if Mario decides to go kiss Dr. Cat Milk on her lips tonight and snuggle each other to bed, I know you guys probably going to do it anyways, but it doesn't bug me. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. And then Mario says, though, that Dr. Seuss, it was a different time and era. Yeah, but even in today's time and era, it's not fucking racist unless you make it racist. Kids don't see color. Like this, by putting this in front of us and saying, oh my goodness, this is racist, you're making the kids see color. You're making the kids see the color of their skin. Kids 100% do not see racism. They're not racist. You're not born racist. You're taught it. So all this racism that's being spewed around or being talked about isn't really fucking racism. It's just division. It's not. I mean, like, there's people who are racist. Don't get me wrong. Racism exists. I don't say that racism doesn't exist. But for the most part, racism doesn't exist to the level that people want to believe it does. A lot of these people running around saying racist shit exists are doing it because they themselves have felt racism towards somebody else. And they continue to try and, subjugate that self. They want to push that away from themselves. It's not who they are. They don't want to be that person. So in order to not be that person, in order to try to not be racist, they call everybody else a racist and they push it on other people. So they take the thing you hate the most about yourself and you push it onto other people. This in general is why people are pushing this. Like, I've been called racist multiple times in my life. I have never been called racist by anybody of color. I've only ever been called racist by 45-year-old, heavier set white women with purple hair and nose rings. Does that make sense? Like, they've not all been that, but that's exactly what they could have been. Like, they legitimately were all that. Most of them were white women. Most of them were mid to upper 30s, maybe even into their 40s. Most of them were total fucking Karens. And you could tell that they absolutely felt uncomfortable in their own fucking skin. Like, they were legitimately trying to say that I was racist because they themselves are racist. They hate it, and they want to push that onto somebody else because the only way they can feel better about themselves is if they make out that somebody else is worse than them. So I don't take being called a racist as anything more than people just being fucking idiots. Dr. Catmilk, was there really an anti-racist PSA from Cartoon Network? I have to see that if that's true. But that would, I'm hoping it would be comedic and is a joke more than anything. But if you're saying that it's an anti-racist PSA from Cartoon Network and for real, I fucking have to see that. So I may have to look that up here on the stream. That's absolutely disturbing. But back to the Dr. Seuss thing. So if you aren't familiar, eBay, I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar, online auction site, cannot do a single transaction where it isn't like 3/4 of the way scam. It's broken shit that they're selling, that it's like brand new, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's 100%, almost everything I've ever bought off eBay was a scam at some point to some level. But they are removing listings. So they're scouring their entire fucking site to remove listings of the 6 Dr. Seuss books that the author's estate pulled due to the racist imagery. And I don't even know. The worst part about this is that this was initiated by the Dr. Seuss estate. I'm sure that some fucking Karen brought it to their attention that it's racist. But yeah, okay, thanks, Catmilk. I'll pull it up. But their estate decided to pull the stuff. So, but eBay is taking it and saying no because the estate pulled that and pulled them back and said they're racist. You're not allowed to sell them anymore. So this takes property that you now own, that you're in possession of, and makes it essentially illegal for you to transfer that product. This is very, very disturbing information because if they can do this, to the books, Dr. Seuss books, they can do this to gun parts. They can do this to machined components, plastic and metal components that look like they may be used for something that goes pew-pew. But at the end of the day, this can be done everywhere else. Now, they don't do this to any of the scam stuff that's out there. They don't do this to any of the garbage. They don't do this to any of the fucking Chinese bullshit that's going to take 16 weeks to get to your fucking house. But they can do this to the Dr. Seuss books, and they're doing it quickly. They're not. It's not even a joke. They legitimately are just fucking terrorizing all of this thing. So, one thing that I hadn't seen, and this does a pretty good job of it, the books themselves that they've pulled off. So, the books in question are The Cat's Quizzer and To Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. That's the one that was always being memed. If I Ran the Zoo, McElliot's Pool, Scrambled Egg Super, and On Beyond Zebra. Most of these books I'm not even familiar with. I don't remember all of the Dr. Seuss books. But I can say, like, come on. They're fucking kids' books. if you're legitimately going and saying these are racist, then you have got some sort of fucking mental disorder that really needs to be addressed. And at the end of the day, I don't know if you can be helped. That's that you have such a mental disorder if you're pushing this racism, and I know nobody here is doing that, but I'm just kind of ranting, and I apologize for that. I am gonna pull up the little thing from Cartoon Network. So if the stream gets ended when I do that, I am going to pull it up when I get it up. I will not play it right away. I will play it toward the end. But you may hear it pop up here as it looks like autoplay. So we'll do that. So, I'm just gonna cringe by this public service announcement from Cartoon Network, but we will play that before we exit the show tonight, just in case it does end us, because Cartoon Network is one of those that just might fucking take us down for something so stupid. I don't want to do that until we're ready for tonight. So for everybody who's not used to this, I usually have a drink on stream. I am drinking Guinness tonight because it is the whitest fucking beer that I could find. So this is my response to Coca-Cola. Fuck off. Yeah, so I don't even know, guys. Like, this is 100% clown world at this point. I don't know what it's going to look like in the next year or two. I cringe to think about what it could look like in the next year or two, just based on the simple fact that I thought we were at the height 2-3 years ago. I really did. I thought these fucking idiots couldn't get any worse than what they are, and they've proven me wrong. Yeah, Dr. Camlock says, funny enough, Coke was created by a Confederate soldier. Yeah, but now it's run by a bunch of liberal fucking idiots, and I don't even have... Yeah, Chamber Defense says, unfortunately, I know what WAP is, LOL. Well, I know what WAP is too, but do you know the song? Okay. All right. Okay. I believe Operator Tony had a reference to that earlier. Drugs are bad. Okay. But anyways, guys, I do appreciate, like I said, everybody stopping in, hanging out with us tonight. The entire point of us having this every week is to have a little bit of fun. I don't think these shows are meant to be. I don't intend these shows to be so political all the time and so rant worthy. But unfortunately, we live in a fucking world that pisses me off to the point where I can't undo or unsee some of the shit that I actually see during a week, and it does bear needing to be said. I apologize for that. But at the end of the day, I do want to talk a little bit about the future of this channel and some of the things that we're going to do. So, as I've said before, I'm trying to reach outside of the gun world a little bit to get other people involved and pull other people in and talk about kind of other issues that maybe, because we're in the gun community, we see all the gun-related stuff really, really heavily. But I want to get some people who are from other industries, not necessarily directly related to the gun industry, to get their take on things. Some people who live in Chicago, stuff like that, they're constantly dealing with the bullshit that Beetlejuice has got going on down there. Some of the other people that I'm looking at are from all over this country and want to talk about different things. I do want to talk with individuals about, things that we can all learn. Whether it's history, whether it's just in general, how to be a better person, what drives people, what keeps people focused, and kind of help everybody just stay on focus, mentally aware of everything, mentally on point, and move forward in a different direction if that's what's needed. So, yeah, Beetlejuice. You like that? Well, everybody should know that. Anybody in Wisconsin is going to call her fucking Beetlejuice. That's for damn sure. She looks the part. I mean, what can I say? She's got it. I mean, if Michael Keaton it can't do the redo of Beetlejuice, we know who can. So, and everybody will be happy because it'll be a female actor, right? That's the thing, right? We got to change it. She's a person of color too, so we look at. I used inclusive language. I didn't make her a colored person. She's a person of color. So I'm learning, people. I'm learning. But that being said, I am reaching outside of the industry a little bit, but I am going to keep pulling people in from the industry, but I want to have different conversations with them. One thing that I am going to start doing too is kind of a hashtag, don't stop saying it, you'll summon her. No, one more time, Beetlejuice. So it's 3 times, right? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I don't care. Summon her. Summon her. Summon her. I want her here because then I can eliminate her for other people, right? That is not a threat. It's not a physical thing that can actually happen. Everything that I talk about is in Minecraft. So to my FBI, CIA, and NSA handlers, you can go back to sleep. What else we got? Oh, yeah. One thing that I'm going to do every week is discuss with an individual what the Second Amendment means to them, regardless of whether they're a part of the community or not. I kind of got this idea from Drop It Like It's Scott. Last week, middle of the week, he had a video. If you're not already subbed to him, by the way, head over to Drop It Like It's Scott's YouTube channel. Give him a subscription. Most of you who are here currently, I believe, are. But some of you, summon her so you get more viewers and subs. I don't think she would bring that. She would want to take all of mine and give them to people who are streaming to nobody right now. But if you aren't subscribed to Drop It Like It's Scott, go over there. He did have a video where he talked about what the Second Amendment means to him. And I made a comment under that said, hashtag 2A challenge. What does the Second Amendment mean to you? So I'm going to actually do, Scott is cool with you, Mario. I know. I think pretty much everybody who's watching right now knows Scott, is probably subscribed to him. But there are some people who trickle through, watch the show that don't know who he is. A couple weeks ago, we did a show with him. All of his links are in the bottom of that show with him. It's worth taking a look at and joining him up. But I'm personally right now I'm going to tell you what the Second Amendment means to me. So I have a very unique story. Most of you here know it. Where 15 years ago, I lost my Second Amendment rights and became a restricted person because I was young, dumb, and made some really stupid fucking mistakes. I'm not going to go into the details of everything that happened, but essentially, I got into somebody's vehicle. It was not my vehicle. I did not have permission to be in that vehicle. And that vehicle ended up being put into a tree with some police officers. And I ended up going to jail for a good amount of time. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. I think I spent 3 days in the drunk tank. I was supposed to see a judge, never saw a judge. I spent 6 months trying to figure out what I was being prosecuted for because the only thing that I had was a driving too fast for conditions ticket and an operating while intoxicated ticket in a van, a GMC van. And I didn't know anybody who owned a red GMC van. So, come to find out, it wasn't a van, it was a Suburban. I did know the person whose vehicle it was. I laugh a little bit now because I can now, this many years later, but it created some tensions between some friends of mine that I had at the time, as well as some people that I met later on. But end of the day, last year, January timeframe, I received a pardon from the Democratic governor of the state of Wisconsin, Tony Evers. But the only good thing he's ever done for the state was give me my gun rights back. And I say that kind of jokingly, but at the same time, look around. He hasn't done shit else for anybody in this state. He's done some other, pardons, this and that, but he's not exactly winning. But I do have my rights back. And one of the things that I learned through the time that I didn't have it is how much I really appreciated it. people who don't lose it don't understand what it is sometimes, and how important it really is. And the ability to protect oneself and one's family is paramount. So yeah, I always had them, Mario. Technically, yes. However, when there is a barrier put over your head, number one, you can't purchase them through a store, because obviously that's illegal. You create another felon of somebody else if you buy it from somebody else, which I would never want to put that on somebody else. And on top of that, the possession of a firearm is 10 years, and for every bullet that you possess with that firearm, it's another year. So if you think about the standard person, so let's just take an EDC pistol. Maybe I'll just take my EDC pistol. What I carry every day, it's the gun is 10 years. I've got 12 plus 1 in the gun, and I've got another 15 in a Neomag. So that's a lot of time. I mean, we're talking 28 years in ammunition, another 10 years for the gun, and with truth in sentencing laws, that you're probably looking at 20 years. 20 years in prison just for the right to defend yourself. You can't protect your family if you're in prison. So the barrier is there, and it's there in a way that you can't get rid of it. But losing it is what made me really appreciate, having it back. And some of the things it took for granted. I used to shoot trap all the time. Go shoot trap at the trap leagues, fill in for that. Okay, I can go without shooting trap, right? Well, it's not just that. It's the camaraderie. It's seeing those people. It's hanging out with those individuals, having the conversations that we had. You lose all that. So it really segregates you. And then it's like, well, all the people that you used to hang out with, they enjoy going and shooting the firearms on Saturday. We always, let's go to the range. Let's go hang out in this guy's field. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it's like, well, can't do that. So hunting, it became, well, I could bow hunt. All right, well, I'll get a bow. I'll do this. I'll learn this. I'll do that. It's not the same. It really isn't the same. Like, I think it's more of a task. It's more of a sport with archery than it is with gun hunting. But let's face it, I don't care if it's a sport or not. I want fucking meat in my freezer. So, Mark Spivey in here. How's it going, buddy? How's it going? But yeah, like getting that back, it was, number one, it was kind of shocking. It was something that I never thought I would have back. Number two, it taught me a lot. Losing that stuff really taught me a lot as well. Like, number one, if you're facing criminal charges, do not rely on a public defender. They don't give a fuck about you. You are a number. They don't want to learn your story. They don't want to deal with you. And you will end up with whatever the hell they can give you. It is a deal. Plea bargaining and all that stuff. Now, part of that is my fault. I wasn't thinking at the time very well. I received a felony conviction in exchange for them dropping 9 Class A misdemeanors and a whole lot of money. So I ended up with some restitution, a felony, 20 days in jail, 6 years withheld sentence on 3 years probation, and that sounded all really good. Because if I didn't take that deal, the district attorney basically told me that they were going to seek the maximum on everything else. And apparently 9 counts of resisting arrest, coupled with disorderly conduct, 9 counts, and a bunch of other little modifiers in there. number one, that looks really bad on your record. If you ever get pulled over and you have 9 counts of resisting arrest, you're probably not going to ever have a very good conversation with a police officer from that point forward. Never probably going to get a warning either. The other portion of that is 9 months in jail for each one, and $90,000 worth of fines for all 9 of them. So that's what they were seeking. I'm like, this was long before Carol Baskins, but I literally probably looked at him with the whole I will never financially recover from this meme, and that is what it is. So I accepted the deal that was put in front of me, completely ignorantly, without proper counsel. Because if I would have had better counsel, I would have never faced those charges in the first place. So there's that. The whole point of that, though, was to get to the what the Second Amendment means to me. And the Second Amendment to me means protection of myself, protection of my family, as well as the higher responsibility of being able to protect this country. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, don't like to talk about the reality of, what it means to be an American patriot sometimes. And unfortunately, what it really actually means to be a part of the militia, because we are all part of the militia. We are all able-bodied. I mean, I'm a little less able-bodied than some, but I'm working on it. I am working on losing some weight here, getting better shape, to be a better steward to the Second Amendment, to be a better person for my family, and be around a whole lot longer for you guys to fucking listen to, because I know that you guys really enjoy listening to me for some reason. You're either sick, twisted individuals, or you really have nothing better to do on a Friday night. But I appreciate you guys being here nonetheless. So, Burnaby Sanchez, how's it going, buddy? We also have Mark Spivey in here. I did say that before a little bit, but glad you could stop in for a little bit. I know you've been a busy beaver, hanging out a little bit more here and there in your downtime. But yeah, so but back to the Second Amendment. There's so much that goes into it for me, and it was very overwhelming to get that back, and to be able to feel that feeling of freedom back with me again, as well as some of the things that I was able to do once I got my rights back. My mother's hunting rifle was something that meant a lot to me because it was my mother's. She had passed away, and I was able to get that. I was also able to, obviously, get some other things, possibly, unfortunately I lost everything. I don't have anything anymore. So there's that, poker games and shit, luckily, there's no bill of sale or anything, but I don't have anything. So just an empty safe. So yes, I'm twisted, also sick wife. So it's you or The Walking Dead. Well, I appreciate that you picked me over The Walking Dead. Not a lot of people would do that. I appreciate it, Mark. But yeah, again, like I said, to me, losing it made it all that much sweeter. And I think the rest of it, like the whole meaning of the Second Amendment, I don't need to define what the meaning of the Second Amendment is, because, and this is the only thing that I will never do, and I will never ask anybody to do, is to define it, because it's already defined. The fucking Second Amendment reads crystal clear. Like, there's no reason to try and redefine it. It legitimately says what it says for a reason. It was debated heavily, and the words, the punctuation, everything was chosen and put on that piece of paper in a very particular way. And there's no mistaking of what it really means. So, there is no definition to it needed, because it literally does come down to shall not be infringed. The Bill of Rights is not a document that gives rights to its people, to the people of the United States. The Bill of Rights is a document that restricts the government's ability to infringe upon the rights that already exist in the people and with the people. So, to anybody who says otherwise, fight me. I don't give a shit. I will fight anybody on those words. The Bill of Rights does not grant rights to anybody. Not the first 10 anyways. There's obviously amendments that have been added that do grant rights technically. They were used to make it seem as though rights were granted. But what it did, in the most part, was roll back restrictions that already existed or expanded the definitions to include other people. So the fact of the matter is the Second Amendment reads in a very particular way for a very particular reason. It's so it could not be misconstrued by anybody that guns, arms, and not just guns, because let's be honest, it's arms. It's military arms. Number one, we don't need full auto weapons. They're fun to play with, but most of the time in self-defense or in defense of our liberties from a tyrannical government or whatever you want to say, the only thing full auto fire is ever good for anyways is suppressive fire. It doesn't actually do a whole hell of a lot other than burn a bunch of ammo that we don't have because we don't have an unlimited budget anyways. So we need access to semi-automatic weapons that are on par with that of those that would be posed against us. If you want to own a tank, you should be able to own a tank. If you want to own a jet fighter and you can afford it, you should be able to own a fucking jet. You want a fucking Apache helicopter and you can afford it, buy it. There's no reason you shouldn't have it. If you have the money for it and you have a delivery system, you should be able to own a fucking Moab. I'm just saying that. I don't care. I think it would make a whole lot more respectful fucking people all over the world. Not just in this country, but all over the world. If they knew that the private citizens could jump in a fucking Huey and just start fucking 50 cal fucking dunk, 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 we wouldn't have anybody talking about invading the United States ever for any reason, no matter what our government fucking did. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, we're the ones who are going to defend this country. The best part and the saving grace for all of that I can say is that the people who run all of that equipment, the majority of them are not going to be on Uncle Sam's side. Now, that has kind of wavered a little bit here and there. They've weakened the military. They've made a bunch of fucking yes men out of them. However, the majority of the people who actually run the equipment, the majority of the people who know how to use stuff, they're not on that side. They're not just going to be yes men. They're not just going to do as they're told. If anything does come down that pipe, I honestly believe that before they have door-to-door gun confiscations, we'll have door-to-door vaccine salesmen. But it is what it is. Invasion. I got your back, my freedom-loving brothers and sisters. Yep, exactly. So, the Japanese general who went to his people and said that would be the dumbest thing ever, because behind every blade of grass there's an American with a gun. It very quickly would be true if we would stop dividing ourselves. And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again. But the fact of the matter is we've talked about it. We've covered it. If we can come together and be the American people again, we will be feared by everybody once again. We've lost a lot of that through division, and we're not getting it back with the racist cancel culture bullshit. So I will we'll cut there. I think I've done enough ranting for the night. I do want to check out this Dr. Cat Milk. Thanks for sending this to me. I think I may regret this, but I am going to play it. We can have a conversation about it as it's being played. But we have the wonderful shit show that is YouTube sharing us, Cartoon Network's Be Anti. Do not thank me. I'm thanking you for sending me the link, Cat Milk. I'm not thanking you for the video, but let's go ahead. We're gonna jump in here and see what it is. Let me know if the audio is a little bit too high. So I will say before we go, remember tacticalpineapple.com for pretty much everything updated. Right above me, we have Real Tactical Pineapple on Instagram. Way over there, we have my Parler, Tactical Pineapple. I don't really post anything over at Parler yet. I'm going to start eventually here. I'm still playing with the interface, trying to figure out how to get everything going. But I do say I appreciate you guys stopping by. And yeah, good night, everybody, just in case. Yeah. Cartoon Network, I don't know if they're going to ping me. I don't know how that's going to go. This actually looks like it is by Cartoon Network, so we'll see. And they've got the hashtag Black Lives Matter in there, so this should be absolutely horse shit. We'll get this adjusted a little bit just so we're not... Whoop, 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 not that one. Do this. Move it over. Get it into the window so we can see everything in its glory. All right, here we go, folks. The Crystal Gems say, be anti-racist. Thank you, Cartoon Network. Let's see what we got here.
2, 3! Hey, when we're older, let's get married.
Ha! You can't get married.
Why not?
Black people can't marry white people.
Hey now.
It's Garnet from Steve.
Okay. Okay.
Universe!
Kids, don't be racist.
Cut. Okay, people, we just need to get coverage. We'll start again in 5.
So I got questions. Is that guy supposed to be the pedophile director or somebody else? Just curious.
This is the cheesiest job I've ever done. Stuff like this doesn't actually happen in real life.
Whoa there.
Are you kidding? It totally does.
Just because this has never happened to you doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Seriously, I didn't know.
Yeah, everyone messes up sometimes. But you gotta realize it hurts to deal with racism. And when people act like it's not real, it makes it feel even worse.
You have to acknowledge racism to work against it.
Okay, so you have to acknowledge racism to work against it. I just wanted to jump in the chat and see what's going on here. So, what the hell is Mario's response? Why is only her middle finger black? That's a good question. I did not catch that, Mark. I'm going to have to check that out. So this gets even better. Cat Milk. All right. So, yeah, the propaganda is rather outrageous.
You're right. I can do that.
You kids better work on this before the wedding.
Whoa, that's just
We're
from
just
the
actors.
script.
We only just met today.
Yeah. I don't even know where to go with that. That was absolutely I don't. The thing is like I understand the message. I understand the message. Don't be racist. Don't be a dick. But the fact of the matter is okay. So here's the thing. that kid who broke it up and said, you can't because black people can't marry white people. None of the fucking kids that are watching Cartoon Network when this is going on were thinking that before they fucking said it. So why say it? Like, this isn't 20 years ago. This just, it isn't. Like, I don't care where you are. Like, you can be in the fucking hill country down in Appalachia. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, this is not the way it is anymore. Like, my great-grandmother was racist. Like, 100% racist. I'm not going to shun that away, anything. But she also was born and raised in the South, came up to, like Kewanee, Illinois, which is a suburb of fucking Chicago, and dealt with crime and all that stuff. Like, she became racist because her life turned her that way. She probably, most likely wasn't a racist as a child. She was a racist as an adult, and a real racist as an old, bitter adult. What I got to say about Appalachia, I don't have anything to say about Appalachia. Everybody that I met in Appalachia country was good. They were good people. I'm in Appalachia Mountains. You're racist. Whatever. You can call me whatever you want. Like I said, I don't care. I'm gonna close this because I don't even want to fucking see that anymore. That's just absolutely disgusting to me. That this is the problem, though. This is what we do as a society today. And we allow it. Like, nobody's complaining. Nobody's calling to cancel Cartoon Network because they put this out there. When the whole fucking thing in and of itself creates racism. And that's the problem. That's the biggest fucking problem. Like, they're continuing to perpetuate the narrative of anti-black, anti-white. And here's the thing. Whatever. I'm just going to say it. The black people that I know admit this fully. So I'm putting that out there ahead of time. But black people admit that they themselves are probably more racist than white people toward white people. Because, and the way it was explained to me by my friend, he legitimately says that they're more racist toward white people because they continue to teach their kids that white people are bad. Like, you have to change the way you think as a person because the color of your skin. So they're raised to constantly think about the color of their skin, whereas white people have the privilege to not have to do that. And that's what it comes down to is that. But this overwhelming sense of the color of your skin being forced down your throat as being a bad thing from an early age is what continues this racism. And it happens, like, for the most part, most people are not racist. And it does exist. I'm not going to say it doesn't exist. There are people who are generally not racist who still have racist tendencies, who still do things that are racist. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not racist, or that I've never done anything racist or said anything racist, because most likely I have. Like, I can not think of one off the top of my head, where I was horrible about it, but at the same time, like, I'll guarantee that I've said some shit in my past that somebody would go, holy crap, that guy's a fucking racist. But it's one sentence or one word or one whatever. In the fucking context of an entire life, what does it really fucking matter? I've never hung anybody. I've never drug anybody around, behind my pickup truck, in ingrown defense. Yeah. But it is like, it's completely baffles me. I'm just kidding, people. A last name doesn't define you or your actions do. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I must have missed something from you. The propaganda is outrageous. Maybe whatever. The fact of the matter is we just got to move past it. Whew, that's going good. I've got a humidifier next to me. It's one of those Cool Mist ones. It's really fucking smoking over here. You know, it's just ridiculous. It drives me absolutely crazy. That here we are, and at this point in time, we continue to deal with this. So, Mark Spivey says 30 years ago I was the token white person on a bowling team. LOL. To be the token white person on a bowling team must be lovely. So since our overwhelming theme, no, I don't have a cigarette, Dr. Cat Milk. I don't smoke. I haven't smoked probably for, it's been a long time. It's actually just a little humidifier, whatever, Cool Mist thing. I'm in a basement office. It's kind of like, ugh. And for whatever reason, I've every Friday night before the show, I get kind of stuffed up in my nose, so I probably sound nasally as shit half the time, and I'm trying to get rid of that. But I am going to play a song that goes along the lines of this. We've kind of covered them in the past. Some of you know them already. Tom MacDonald released a song called Clown World. Now, one of the things that I'm going to say is some of you may not like the music, whatever, but just listen to the whole lyrics of it, what he's got to say. He doesn't dig real deep into any particular topic. He kind of scratches the surface on it and creates the conversation, but it 100% is true of like pretty much everything today in this world. So I am going to play it without further ado. So this is Clown World by Tom MacDonald. I think it's got like 3-point-some million views. I know we will not get DCMA taken down. I do have permission to play his videos whenever we want with anything. So here we go.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense. Can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence? I believe in two genders. I'm not mad at the rest. I'm just confused when a dude has a beard and some breasts. We won't always agree. Nope. I don't hate all police. Nope. I don't think that the system's racist. I just think the system hates people. I think fighting violence with more violence is what they want. Viruses and riots, people dying, we won't stay home. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. Burn the.
So if you aren't familiar with Tom, I think we may have played something of his before, I'm not sure, but it is definitely topical. It kind of just brushes over some stuff. It doesn't go too deep into it, but at the same time, it's really just about having a conversation and doing this. He's got his thumb on the pulse though, and kind of knows what needs to be said to kind of stir the pot a little bit. Interestingly, he has broken through kind of the algorithm. He's pushed all of this stuff very well. Gotten to a bit of notoriety. I think he's done a Fox interview recently. Did something with Blaze TV. Some conversations there. But he's really he's pushing the envelope of number one, independent artist, because he's not with a label, obviously, because they wouldn't allow him to put this stuff out. But he's honest. And like I said, it's very topical. It doesn't dive deep into the issues. It pushes a lot of surface issue buttons, but it's all stuff that needs to be said. And this video, I think, is a week old now, just to see what kind of numbers he's doing. I believe it has like 3.2 million views at this point. So he's doing something. There are a lot of people out there who agree and believe, and I'll even back out of this just so we can see it real quick. So, yeah, 3.6 million views, I apologize, was released February 26th. Currently, the like to dislike ratio is 305,000 to 4.9 thousand. So, 3.6 million views with that like to dislike ratio, there are a lot more people out there who think similarly to what we've been talking about tonight. And I think that's the main reason I wanted to show this, because it's hard sometimes to see and go through that and think this way without knowing how many people really do think similarly.
Circus down, 'cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud. Painted smiles on their mouth. They're all stupid
Back it up a little bit.
and they're proud. Painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie. I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. When I was a child, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win. Then we stopped playing with each other, started hating on each other, started noticing the color of our skin. Christians and atheists, immigrants, patriots. We love the country, but we are not saving it. Wages don't raise to the rate of inflation, and half of the country hates all of the nation. It's funny that we think the world owes us something. All the phones got smart, but the people so dumb. We care more about the likes on a selfie than our moms, and the only time we ever speak the truth when we're drunk. We won't always agree. No, I don't hate all police. No, your thoughts and opinions ain't facts, and they are not defining my reality. No, I think picking sides divides. It's probably what has got us here. United States is great regardless. That's what we forgot in here. Black lives matter. All lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is shutting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, 'cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud. Painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie. I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. They tell you be yourself and then they judge you on the internet till everybody hates you for it. If Jesus was alive, I swear to God that y'all would cancel him, 'cause lately being negative's the real new normal. Yeah, if you think you're...
So that one right there kind of hits a lot of things. So I don't tout myself as a huge religious person, but I know a lot of people who do, and that it's absolutely the truth. If Jesus comes back, the resurrection and Jesus comes back, who would believe that it's him? Like, somebody comes out to you today and says, "I'm Jesus. Follow me. This is over. Like, we're done. It's the end." Who's gonna believe him? Who's gonna follow him? Like, I get, the devoted Christians and everything like that, but everybody has been pushed to a point where nothing is believable. So that one kind of hits. So I'll back up a little bit and we'll go from there again.
The God that y'all would cancel him, 'cause lately being negative's the real new normal. Yeah, if you're thick, you're fat, you're rich, you're bad, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you're whack, they lie, it's facts. My generation needs a bunch of free condoms, 'cause common sense ain't that common. This is what they wanted, this is how they planned it. This is to control everyone on the planet. Then we put each other in caskets, protest and panic, and they take advantage to manage the damage. We won't always agree, no, freedom doesn't come free. No, there was people fighting, dying overseas, so that you can have freedom and be home. I think the elites are real, but they ain't drinking babies' blood. They're creating chaos so they have something to save you from. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is shutting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, 'cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud. Painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie. I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes.
Yeah, so even the devoted will question, as Dr. Catmuck says, whole reason I distanced from the church was the hypocrisy in the parking lot. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. The most judgmental people that you'll meet, you will meet in a place where they say that only God can judge. With that, guys, I appreciate, and gals, I know the wife is maybe watching, maybe she's sleeping if she's smart, but I appreciate everybody stopping by, like I said. I do enjoy doing this every Friday night, and I will continue to do it. As long as you guys continue to show up, I will be here. So we are going to, like I said, have some news coming here in the very near future. So if you aren't following us already, follow us on the Instagram as well as the Parler. I'm going to start doing that as well as tacticalpineapple.com. Mrs. Pineapple's still here. So we're going to do that. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We're going to another great stream. Sorry for the cringe. No, I appreciate you sharing it because I would have never known that garbage existed and absolutely shit show. But we will do some news. I will have some stuff coming up here shortly. There's going to be a couple different guests that I'm working on, like I said, outside of the industry as well as inside of the industry. But we're going to shift a little bit with all of that stuff. So the conversations that we have are not always going to be directly related to guns or anything like that. Trying to have a little bit different conversation, like I said. So again, if anybody ever wants to come on the show and you're hanging out in here, hit me up. You guys know how to get a hold of me. You can either do the Discord, which is link in the description below if you're not already a member of our Discord. If you are a member of our Discord, you know how to get to it. And pretty much everybody who's watching this, you know how to get a hold of me. But anybody who doesn't know how to get a hold of me and wants to be on the show, you can always email us at contact@tacticalpineapple.com. Just say, hey, you want to be on a show? I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are, how little you are, what message you got to say. And if you have an opposing opinion to me on anything, please, I want you on the show. I want to have a conversation. I want to have good conversation that's noteworthy for everybody. So, echo chambers aren't good. And as much as I appreciate everybody coming in here who agrees the same with me, I also appreciate having conversation with people who don't, because if I can't have a conversation with somebody who doesn't agree with me, then I can't have a conversation about my own stuff with enough, thought process behind it. So, yeah, Mrs. Pineapple says, I don't want to be on your show. It's okay. I get it. Not everybody likes this. This is kind of weird sitting here talking to a camera. But I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to the people watching. And I'm getting more used to it. So I'm hoping that it's starting to show. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable. I'm getting having a little bit more fun with this. It's only taken about a half a year. But with that, guys, I do want to say everybody have a great weekend. Too late at Mrs. Pineapple. You already have been. Yeah, she's already been on. And she said it was the weirdest thing ever. She's like, you're just talking to yourself. Yeah, pretty much. But like I said, everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe. If you are going shooting, fuck you, because I'm jealous. Ammo is too fucking expensive and whatever. We're getting there, guys. I hear there's ammo available in some places. I know 715 Tactical had a post the other day that his wife ended up picking up like fucking 1,000 rounds of ammo at decent price. So it is coming around. It is coming around in okay prices, and eventually maybe things will start leveling out. Mario says, come on, Mrs., you can do it. I'm going Monday. Shooting sounds fun. So I'm hoping to get a little bit more into that soon. I'm hoping to have some news coming up pretty soon about some other things too. But, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share our stuff around. We do have a 1,000 subscriber giveaway that we're going to be doing. So here's the thing. I'm going to do the 1,000 subscriber giveaway on whatever platform I reach 1,000 subscribers on first. So Instagram, which is the one over here, I have about the same amount of followers I do as here. I'm about 100 followers ahead on YouTube. So I challenge all of you tons Sterling. I'm missing something, Mario. Steel challenge, bring it on. Yeah. All right. So I heard Fleet Farm had some limit 2 boxes. Yeah, Fleet Farm has had it throughout the entire process. But you got to get it right away. And they deliver like once a week, and like my local one, I think, is Friday mornings it gets stocked. So Yeah, typo. I had to like, Mario, are you okay? Did you just have a stroke, sir? Good sir, are you all right? Yeah, my limit is 50 cents per round. My limit is 50 cents per round for 308. So I'm not buying anything. I haven't bought anything for a while. I even went to the range in there between there, and it's like make the most out of 50 rounds. Like 50 rounds, that's it. But like I said, guys, I appreciate it. Guys and gals, I do appreciate your time. I do appreciate you guys stopping in. But stay safe. Have a great week. And we will see you back here next week, 8:30 Central Standard Time. And I'm hoping I'll have a guest in for you. If not, we'll do some more ranting or have some fun. Maybe we'll do some oddball music, something weird, something off the wall. But like I said, again, reach out to me, contact@tacticalpineapple.com. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe, and do not, whatever you do not fucking get sucked into Clown World, people. We don't need to see a bunch of people with fucking face paint. So have a good night. And with that, peace out.